Welcome to the Aviation Cover Exclusives, and joining us today for our premiere episode is Toni, the founder and managing director of Aviators Africa. Welcome, Toni.
Thank you very much, Matthias. I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So, Toni, briefly tell us about Aviators Africa and what you guys stand for.
So, Aviators Africa is a Pan-African media and marketing company. So we have a magazine as part of what we do, which is called Aviators Africa magazine. But also we consult and we also do marketing as regards travel and tourism. So we played in the sector for over 10 years since we launched, helping businesses in Africa and also businesses outside Africa looking to do business in Africa. So we're facilitating for brands from conference organizers to startup companies to tech companies in the aviation industry, just the value chain. So for us, it's a platform for us because we have the network and connect to the people that, if you may, the management of people, the C-suite executive that can make things work. So all we do is help people that facilitate, help them facilitate whatever meetings or whatever contacts or proposals we want to get across. And for the past 10 years, it has been fulfilling. Apart from the magazine that we've published, been able to help secure some deals in the aviation value chain, which we're very proud of. So basically, that's what we're about. So for us, we are passionate about African aviation, if you will. So we're passionate about African aviation and the development of African aviation. So we'll go to any length to make sure any company or institution that is seeking to develop the African aviation, we offer ourselves as a platform to not only do PR, not only publish, but also market their ideas.
All right. You talked of a magazine. So how frequently do you publish the magazine?
So the magazine is published quarterly, so print 4 times a year.
Yes. And then I heard you talk of some deals. What are some of the deals that you can maybe mention to the people so that they could get to know them and they could, maybe 1 or 2 can win your trust?
Okay. Basically, because they've not given me the assurance to announce, but in a few weeks, in the next week coming, there are a deal between a company in Germany and an airline in Nigeria.
All right.
So I wouldn't want to mention the name because they've not come officially to say. But
so you don't want to break the ice.
That yes, it will be better for them to make the formal announcement.
All right.
But
okay.
We facilitated a meeting, a deal between a
German company
in Germany, a German company, and the airline industry that wants to do a business in the airline with an airline in Nigeria, and we facilitated that.
All right. Okay. That's very good. So you guys are marking 10 years, and I know it has been, I won't say smooth ride, it has been a hard ride as well. Can you tell us some of the challenges that you've faced and some of the achievements you've made in the 10 years?
So the challenge to stem from not finding the right support, people not willing to buy into your ideas. Africa is tough to do business. You don't have the proper financial support or institution to back your ideas up and see what you're trying to envision. So basically, having access to finance and having a support system is one of the major issues with starting a business. And so for us, that's one of the challenges. So for some time, we struggle with being able to keep up with publishing as at when do, quarterly, because we first launched to service the Nigerian aviation sector before we launched to service Africa as a whole. Yeah. So it was difficult keeping up. But all in all, we've been able to pull through. We've been able to publish just beyond Nigeria. I mean, our magazine gets to as far as Rwanda, South Africa, Gambia, Ghana.
I think Cameroon. Uganda as well, because I've downloaded it and read it. Yeah, but I haven't got the hard copy.
Yeah, so we are getting more countries as we go. So yes, so for us, it's been an achievement because before now, we used to call ourselves a Pan-African because we're only servicing Nigeria, but now we have readership and followers all over Africa.
Yes. So, so what should we expect of Aviators Africa currently, or right now? What are some of the projects that you guys are undertaking to mark the 10 years celebration?
So basically, to mark 10 years, we're starting an inaugural Aviators Africa Awards to mark our 10 years. So what it means is that we are going to start doing an Aviators Africa Award annually, but we are starting off with marking it as our 10th anniversary. So come December the 1st in Lagos, Nigeria, we're going to be having players in the African aviation come to Lagos, for an award night. So we are awarding airlines, airports, tech companies, and a host of players in the aviation value chain. So we have 22 awards, category of awards, and next week we'll be unveiling the nominees in each category. So basically, that's what it's about. But before the awards, we're going to have a pre-award B2B meeting where business will be meeting businesses to try to discuss how they want to collaborate and do business. Remember, I told you that we also a platform to connect people. So a lot of people in Africa have always contacted us. They want to do business in Nigeria. How do they connect? The terrain is not very understandable. The market is, so friendly. So we have said, you know what? We are a platform. We know the market. We know the people. So if you have any business interest in West Africa, as an African or somebody from outside Africa, to afford the opportunity to meet with the players. So basically, November 30th, we're going to have a pre-award B2B meeting.
Yeah.
Then on Saturday, 1st of December, we're going to have the award proper.
All right,
that. Following up to that, we are going to have Aviators Africa Academy career outreach, which is something we do on the side, the social as a part of it's something we are pushing to inspire the next generation in aviation and aerospace. So during that time, we are going to use also the opportunity to also do an outreach in Nigeria to also inspire the youth and engage them with the players in the sector. So this is our program to mark our 10th anniversary.
Oh, that's great. I think, personally, I like seeing people getting to the young people to encourage them to take aviation, because whenever I meet people who are younger than me, people ask me about aviation, what it's all about. The only thing that people know is flying planes or piloting and cabin crew. Then I tell them that aviation is wider than what you guys think. So maybe, it would be great as well if we also take part as well. And I hope I'll also be among the nominees for the awards.
No, you're not in the category.
But anyways, to continue. So so you've talked of nominations. So what is the criteria that you're using to nominate different participants?
So basically, because for starters this year, we got a panel of judges, a jury, if you may call it, for us to be able to look at veterans in the sector, to look at the criteria we've gotten and to be able to get our nominees from these categories. So, but the next step, actually, how we are going to use in judging for the awards is that we are working with civil aviation authorities across Africa and airports, airport management companies across Africa, and independent aviation consultants from where we are going to draw data. Because basically, the award is going to be run purely on data, which is why we're also trying to properly place the awarding system in Africa. It's known before now that people are not really transparent on how awards are being given. So we are trying to kind of put a transparent motive to how awards are given, because awards don't really have a good look in Africa. People just award however they deem fit. But we're trying to change the narrative by saying, look, we are going to award based on data that we are going to collect and analyze. And the criteria for which we are going to be awarded will be made known to people so that they can understand how people get awarded. So basically, it's data-driven awards.
So do the awards come with some cash or any benefit behind it as well?
So basically, we are going to be giving out statuettes, which when we thought about what we can use as the symbol of the awards, we made research and found out that the tower, the control tower at the airport, is something that resonates with everybody in the aviation industry. So we decided to design a statuette or an award statuette that represents the tower. So Aviators Awards is also known as Tower Awards, like a nickname. So aka Tower Award, because we are using that to be a hallmark. So that is what we are offering to winners. So for you to have that is like a hallmark, it's like an achievement for you in your own area to say well done for what you've done, and also create a healthy competition for others to be able to look up, to say, okay, I'm lacking in this area, I should be able to work on. So basically, our award is to create a healthy competitive environment in African aviation space, and also encourage others to do well. So basically, things can be done better, and there's always room for improvement. So this is saying, because you know what also, Matthias? We'll do a lot of talk shop, there are a lot of conferences, there are a lot of conferences going in aviation going around Africa. Of course, so having talked about all these issues in Africa, and some airlines and airports and the value chain have gone to put in the work, surely there should also be a rewarding system. So I think award is what fits in that place. So we don't do conferences and airline go to work. People should also be recognized. Brands should be rewarded. So it's a good fit where after they talk in the conference and we go back to put the work, we should be able to a platform, a company should be able to look at.
At the end of the day, we need a report card.
This airport. Yes, exactly. So I don't think that really exists right now in Africa. What exists right now is that I might just say, Matthias, I like what you are doing and I want to recognize you for what you're doing, but there's no proper criteria or data driven to say, yes, this guy has really done well, or this airline has really done well. For example, if somebody says, if an airline wins, I'm just saying it's not a criteria, it's not a category, but for, let's say, an airline B does well in on-time performance, and from the data that we have received, such an airline should be rewarded for on-time performance. So others can also work to be on-time performance as well. So for me, that's the way that you can encourage people to up their ante and encourage them to do better in different endeavors in the aviation value chain.
I think that's great. So what are some of the categories? You don't want me to spring the
we'll reveal that next week. So there are 22 categories, but they also, apart from the two categories, there are also two other categories that are non-voting, which I can tell you right now. So we are doing the Aviators Africa Corporate Social Responsibility. So this is our own way of recognizing somebody that have impacted the sector with a gift. With a gift. Okay, so it can be a cash gift to say, look, from us to you, keep up the good work, to also encourage other people that are doing well. Then the other one is the Aviators Africa Hall of Fame. We are going to induct an individual who has impacted African aviation over the years, and we are going to induct that individual to Aviators Africa Hall of Fame. So these two categories are non-voting categories, which I can tell you right now. But the other voting categories, the nominees and the categories will be unveiled next week.
All right. And then if someone wants to vote, what can they do? Or you will also unveil that?
Yes. So everything about voting categories, nominees, where to go to vote, where to register will be unveiled next week.
All right, that's great. So you've said mainly airlines, airports, and other aviation players are the ones going to be recognized. What about the media? What do you intend to do with the media?
Okay, so for this year, we don't have a category for the media, because it's we want to get it right by just not eating the whole junk, taking all the whole pieces at once.
Yes.
So this is the first edition. There are other areas that we're going to incorporate as we go on. So I understand that media is very vital, but we don't have a category for media this year. Next year, we'll properly articulate how we can also reward the media players in the aviation sector.
All right, that will be great as well, because I'm speaking from the media perspective. That's why I had to ask.
Yeah, of course, as a media practitioner as well. So we need to be, recognized.
Yeah. Always, yeah, because covering African aviation is a very, very big challenge. So so I would love to see when we are really awarded for that, because we do a great job. Toni,
trust me, without the media, aviation can't go anywhere. Trust me.
Yeah, so it will also be great. Job. So and then how do you see Aviators Africa in the next few years to come, and also the awards?
So for us, for the awards, is a new baby that we're launching this year. So we intend to take it from one African country to another, because it's not a Nigerian thing. So it could be Lagos this year, next year it could be Ghana or Kenya or wherever. So what we're also trying to do with our award is also that we are trying to foster some kind of integration, also promote tourism, if you will. So so that is what we're going to be looking at, trying to cover other African countries with our award. For Aviators Africa, we're going to be a platform and a beacon to preach everything aviation in Africa. If you've noticed, in Aviators Africa, we don't really cover foreign aviation news, and it's deliberate. So what we are doing is that we are passionate about Africa, trying to develop African aviation, but also if you are outside the continent and you are passionate about African aviation, then of course you're also our target.
All right.
You wouldn't see us talking about EasyJet in UK or Thomas Cook Airlines or any airlines that has nothing directly or indirectly to do with African aviation.
Yeah. But sometimes some of these airlines can be used as case studies.
Yes, of course. I'm telling you, I will not go and of course, most of the things we do in Africa, they can, of course, foreign people that are outside Africa, of course, use case studies. I've got some people that are in the UK trying to contact me for their certification or their thesis in whatever they're doing in the school, using Africa as a case study. I understand it can be vice versa, but I'm telling you that our core is looking at how we can develop the African aviation space.
All right, that's great, I think. And on that note, any closing remarks?
So basically, we're looking to see that because you and I know, as we're in the media space, we're looking to see that African Continental Free Trade Area comes to fruition. SATAM is working. There is breakdown of all the barriers that's keeping Africa from integrating. Visa especially is one of the issues. I've suffered it so many times. Yeah, I've suffered it so many times in my trips, trying to go from one African country to the other. I was supposed to be returning from Sanganai Zimbabwe Tourism Expo, but I couldn't leave Lagos because I was told that I must print out my e-visa from the Zimbabwe e-visa site, and unfortunately that site couldn't open, and I was refused to fly, to Zimbabwe. I mean, these are the things we are talking about. Why do I even need a visa to go to Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I think it's a little challenging. There's one thing I discovered recently, that a Ugandan national doesn't need a visa to go to Ghana. To me, Yeah, it is. I was surprised and obviously happy because it's one of the things that should happen in the whole Africa, or the whole Africa should be a visa-free country. We don't need borders. We don't need barriers within Africa, and that's what we all want, and that's what we opt for. So
the barriers were imposed on us, but it's now our duty to break down the barriers.
But those who can help us break the barriers, I hope they're listening, and I hope they can help us break them and form one Africa. So on that note, thank you, Mr. Toni. And
thank you, Matthias.
We shall catch up with you again.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.